And let me share my screen. Where's my share screen button? There it is. Okay. Let me get this pulled up. Here we go. Okay. So today's call, I know some of you were asking questions about, oh, that's too bright. Is that too bright? That's okay. About commissions and how you earn and kind of breaking down volume. So I'm going to try to cover on the call different ways that you do earn, income progression, the volume kind of ins and outs, team cycle bonuses, and then being like a 500 PV coach, which is a really good goal to set for your month or your week as you progress in the business. So here we go. Okay. So the different ways to earn, there's the two ways, is sales and volume. So with sales, this is your direct like challenge pack bonuses. So when you sign someone up with a Shaco Bod challenge pack or a 2B mindset or any of those, you get bonused on that. So you'll see that in your commissions check is typically when they're not on sale like $50 or above. Right now, I think it's like 40 and above or 44, something like that. And then retail commissions. Retail commissions is like any of the add-ons. So people who buy like quarterly subscriptions, year subscriptions of BOD, collagen, boost, the like refresh packages, anything like that they add on extra energize. You get a set commission for each of those. And I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but it's typically like that 25% or so off of that. And then the volume that comes from your team cycle bonuses, matching bonuses, and the star leadership bonus. So the sales, again, that's your direct selling. Those are your customers. You get money from them. People that you're talking to, signing up, helping along their journey. And then this one is the residual income. That's where you start to see an increase in your paycheck from building your team, basically. So, income progression. The first is the challenge pack bonus. Anyone that is signed up as a coach, any rank, gets Success Club points and that commission from that. I spelled retail wrong. I just realized that. Retail commission. Again, any rank. And this is just the money that you get from product orders and reorders. Now, team cycle bonuses, those kick in when you are at a true emerald rank. When you have 2 coaches underneath you, 1 on each leg, you'll start getting that team cycle bonus. I'll go into the team cycle bonuses a little bit more. Matching bonuses is happen whenever your coach is underneath you. Again, cycle bonus. So if you are, let's say, a diamond and you have 2 emeralds underneath you and your emeralds cycle bonus, you then get a bonus for them cycling as well. And then the star diamond is for 2-star and above. So here's a breakdown of personal volume. This is where you're going to find out like what your customers and your purchases are. So typically your total PV, your paycheck is roughly like half of that number. So you can kind of figure it out that way, but not always exact, but it's just a rough estimate. So when you log into your back office, then you go to the Monitor My Business tab, and then you see compensation and team volume. When you click on that, this is what you'll see here. And all of here is the weeks for you there. So this right here, the first column is the total PV. That is when you click on that blue, it will show you then all of your customer orders for the week. You can kind of see who maybe reordered Shakeology for that month, maybe who tried a refresh or something like that, and they didn't really tell you and you didn't know, but they just bought it. And so then you're like, oh, okay, like, how's that going for you? Anything like that will go in that total PV right there. Now, moving on to the other side, the actual team volume, that is volume from your team purchases and their customers. This is where it's broken down into your left and your right legs, and this is what yields your team cycle bonuses and your matching bonuses. So same place where you see your own total PV is where you'll also see your team volume, and you'll see here LV, RV. This is, we're gonna break it down a little bit more there too, but same thing, you can click on the blue and see like which coach has volume or what is basically ordering or has customers that are ordering. You can see that when you click on that blue, it'll bring up another screen. So with the team cycle bonuses, that is that left volume, right volume. You earn this when you're Emerald or higher, and it takes your team volume as a 200 to 100 volume ratio. And Beachbody pays you every time that it cycles. So I have that broken down on the next slide. But for Emerald, for every time you hit that 200 to 100 ratio, you'll get $14. For a Ruby, $16, and for a Diamond, $18 every time that happens. This one you see under, in the back office, under Monitor My Business, compensation and earnings and commissions. You can see in your weekly paychecks the team bonus right there. Okay, there we go. And then the team cycle bonus example. So from that slide a couple ago where we had the total PV, the LV, and the RV, the LV and the RV, that's what you want to look at. And it doesn't matter which side is higher, as long as you can subtract 100 from one side, 200 from the other, you get a cycle. So this is just an example. Say your LV is 455, RV 787. You take 100 and 200 off, that's 1. Another 100, 200, that's 2. Another 100, 200, that's 3. So 3 cycles times the 14, 16, and 18 gives you these team cycle bonus. That would be in your paycheck for that week. The rest of that volume carries over to the next time. So then say the following week you have, let's just say you have 100 on your left and 100 on your right for the following week, you'd be at 255 and 287. So you would cycle once, because you could subtract 100 from this side, 200 from that side, and when you add those, and you could cycle once with that the following week. So how do you increase your volume? This is that basically increasing your residual income. Having discount coaches, they help a little bit with your volume points, not a ton, but a little bit, especially because usually your discount coaches are ordering like once a month, 90 PV or so, when they do their Shakeology subscription or something like that. Working coaches, this is really where you're going to start seeing that volume come in. Their PV becomes your team volume. So when they log into their Coach Online office and they see their total PV, that is actually going to show up on your either your LV or your RV based on which leg they are on for you when you log into your coach office. So everything they sell or then their coaches sell gets you that team volume, whether that be the right leg or the left leg, but it basically filters up to you. So how do you do this? So basically you want to set an example and duplicate it in your team. So if you set the goal to be a 500 plus PV coach monthly, show your team how you're doing that and have them set the example too. So being a 500 plus PV coach, that means you earn at least 500 PV a month, and you're basically living the vitals. You're doing the vital behaviors, you're inviting, you're asking questions, and you're pairing people with what is going to solve their problems. You need to have all three. I was going to say something there and I stopped myself, but you need all three to be successful. You need the exercise, nutrition, and the support, and we all know that. That's why we're here, and that's why we coach, because we know that that is huge. You have to nurture your contacts and your customers. So really like hitting on their pain points, asking the questions, and being product and company confident. So I am actually like right in the middle of Grant Cardone's Sell or Be Sold. Yeah, that's what it's called. And he honestly, he talks about this. He went to look at a real estate investment, and him and his wife had in mind what they wanted, and he kept trying to tell the real estate agent what they were looking for, like what they wanted in their house. And every time he would go and say what he was looking for, she'd cut him off and start talking about all these other things that were in the house, like features. And that's not what we want to do. Like, we don't want to cut them off. We want to hear what they have to say. Like, what have they tried before? I have a girl that I'm talking to right now that struggles with eating vegetables. So when we get to the point of building that share cart for her, I'm probably going to add in like maybe a Power Greens or something and just say, hey, a scoop of this. I know you struggle with your veggies. It counts as a veggie serving. So just kind of getting to know them. And he also mentioned like not being afraid to upsell, which I've been like afraid to add things to the cart. But if they say, oh, waking up early is so hard for me, I'm really struggling, and I don't add in Energize, why would I not? They can take it out at any time. You've already got them on a package to go with. Why not give them that little extra? And just being confident in your product when you talk about it. He gave the example, Grant did in his book too, about a car salesman that wasn't like selling his extended warranties and things like that. And that's because he himself didn't even buy the warranty. So if you're not even going to buy it yourself, you can't be confident in having someone else buy it. But we are all confident in the products that we use, and we know that they work. So just show that confidence to people, and that will help them become consistent customers and potential coaches for you. I got ahead of myself apparently. So meet your customers where they are. Like I said, find out what their pain points are, see where they're struggling. I can't tell you this week how many conversations I've had with some of my people that were seeing this scale kind of like stagnant. And then we just talked about more like the time nutrition and making sure we're measuring. And not always like do people just come out of the gate and like know how to cook. I realized that. Early on, I was like, well, what? I don't understand. Like the recipe's there, follow it. I didn't get it. Or, the portion container breakdown is there, just fill them up. But making sure that we are nurturing them and really helping them along is huge. Making it fun, simple, and show results is also huge. I can't tell you how many people have messaged me, and not even like so much that I'm getting like sales from them and things like that, but when we all tag each other in our stories, they're like, you guys look like you're having so much fun. Like what else can we do at like 5 a.m. to get ourselves moving besides have a dance party? It's great. So just making it look fun is huge. And showing also like I've seen where people love showing like the times where you allow the treats too. So showing how you incorporate those a lot and that you don't give up anything. Talking about how you plan ahead for the treats, things like that. It really is that true lifestyle change, not just a diet, and we know that. So how to become a 500 PV coach. Right now, I would say like go into your office. It's a fresh week starting today. So we're probably all at like not too much, but evaluate where you are, like kind of go back over the course of however long you've been a coach and average out like every month where you are and how many cycle bonuses you have, and then set that goal of the 500 PV. That is what you can control. So setting that goal first and foremost is huge. So whether you want to start out as a 500 a month PV coach and then get strong on that for a while, and then increase that to 500 a week, and then just keep increasing that goal as you move along. That's what you can do right now to increase your income. The other thing you can think about is little things like a 3-day refresh, or obviously next week salted caramel is coming out. So whether or not these people buy challenge packs, but if they're like, oh yeah, salted caramel, like that sounds delicious, I want to buy a box of that, that right there is increasing your income. It's something small. I did, which I didn't even go back to look at yet, but this morning I just like posted on Facebook and just asked people's opinion of the flavor, like salted caramel, yes or no, like are you a fan? And I have a million comments on there. One, that's bringing people to your other posts that they may see. But two, then I'm going to go back to those people and be like, obviously reply back to them like, yes, I so love salted caramel. But then I'll send them a quick like private message too and be like, just so you know, like my favorite shake that I have every day is coming out with a new flavor. Would you be interested in getting on my pre-order list for it? Like something super, super simple. But even if 2 or 3 out of 10 say yes, that's still increasing my income, and it's something that I can do and something that I'm super excited for. And honestly, I think Harry's super excited for too. So he's a big salted caramel fan. So I'm excited for him to try that. And then what combination of products can get you to 500 PV in a month? So for me, I actually made up a little thing. It's after this slide, where I'm just checking off like every month, like how many of each thing that I am getting to reach my goals of 500 PV. So remember though, that consistent substantial residual income will only happen when you have a team of committed working coaches matching your efforts. Making sure that you're showing up consistently. You can't pull teeth and you can't make someone see the potential of this business. You can just keep showing up consistently for yourself, and work with the working. That's more like spending most of your time when you have like your coaching, like when you are working with your coaches, spend more time with those who are actually working the business, who are showing you that they're working the business. You can have, and I did this, I think when that January or February, when we were doing the cheetahs, and she made us break up our coaches into like working coaches and like new coaches and our loyalist coaches. So the loyalist coaches are people who are like posting here and there, just really love the product. Every once in a while they have someone join them. But really they just like love the product and they are like super supportive and they're not going anywhere. They're like your lifers. And then you have like your discount coaches who are just there as like placeholders. And then you have your like working people. So your working people are the ones you're going to want to like reach out to a little bit more often. Another thing that I do is email a lot. So I email my coaches probably 3 times a week, just like with a reminder of the call on Thursdays, with like links to the calls that are coming up for the week. And then I'm going to add like a recap of the week in case they missed something or didn't see it in the team page or whatever. They have it all there. But sending like more one-on-one messages, replying back to those who are showing up in the business is huge. And then here is a copy. I can post these slides. I printed this out and laminated it, and I go through like every week and I just mark like if I'm doing something. So the things that I know like I need to like talk about more are clearly like the performance and like my favorite snack, the bars, and things like that. So even if people aren't interested in working out, maybe they are a super great runner and they get really sore, and recharge would help them at night before bed, just like calm their muscles. Or they have kids that they hate giving Gatorade to because they're in sports, so hydrate would be great. So just fitting that in like little places here and there to kind of build that up. So that is all I have. Do you have any questions about volume, Allison? No? Okay. Don't worry, it only took me 3 years to figure it out too, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's confusing, but I'm learning.
Yeah. Let me stop sharing my screen. It is.